Okay, off White House Bulletin, August 2nd, number, let me see, 3. Continuing with David Birdsong's letter. The Instagram account has a learning curve, but I figured it out. Brittany and my nephew found me and started following me before I had my profile completed. How about that? Cerebus in Hell, David Birdsong. It's a weak substitute for Dave Sim. Motivcerebus.blogspot. Uh, blogspot without an O in it. We'll check that. Um, we'll check that before we start directing people to blogspot.com. Um, that's about as semi-official as it comes. This is just to promote CIH with a question mark and the weekly strip. Instagram seems more like eye candy and 2-second videos, but every comic book artist in the world is there. All period, of period, them period. That's probably an exaggeration, but I take your meaning. This is they've all I suspect they've all fled Facebook, and this is now the new hot environment that's full of young people who will now have to find another place to go now that Grandpa's at at Instagram. Now I know why everyone keeps suggesting it. Yeah, it's something that even I have been hearing from people. Somebody that I was explaining what I was doing to, who was a young person, and they said, "Would I find that through Google or Instagram?" And I'm going like, Instagram. I know I've heard the name, but no, I don't. I don't think I'm an Instagram thing. So now I are an Instagram thing. We plan to start the weekly strips the first Wednesday in August. Okay, so I think we're there. Are we there? The first? No, the first Wednesday in August is coming up. But it'll be the first Wednesday in August by the time you're listening to this. In the meantime, I have been posting a year's worth of covers every day. Yesterday was 2019, and I wondered how the LGBTQ etc. people and Fornicators Incorporated would do, and they both got as many or more likes as the other covers. People seem to be enjoying the trip down amnesia lane, and comic book pros are following. I'm not going to comment on it unless I absolutely have to, and let the work speak for itself. But today I am nervous. Today is 2020 with penis and whore. But I checked, and some of, not the worst, but some of Robert Crumb's most quote offensive unquote art is on his page. I followed him. Quote, look, we're just like this guy. Lines on paper. Unquote. Actually, the word penis appears on the cover of Nick Calm, but no one seemed to notice. Best to just dive in and see after I mail this. And it's like, well, okay, David, we have to face the fact that we are offensive. We are capital O offensive, unforgivable offensive, 30 years offensive. Robert Crumb is a prominent artist. Robert Crumb is the apex of the comic book field, an important creator. That's just how things go. You can't discuss this with anybody, and you can't argue with anybody about it. They all have it figured out. Having to admit that we've been wrong about Dave Sim for 30 years is beyond the abilities of anybody besides the 100 people that we have left. We just have to face that. I'm certainly facing that. That is what the situation will be for the rest of my natural life if I live to be 120. Okay, I could be wrong. I would be very happy to be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Uh, okay. First thing tomorrow morning has become first thing this afternoon, but I'm mailing it today. I'm going to see how many of the first 10 strips I can print before the ink gives out. You got them all done. High fives on that one. Cerebus in jail with a question mark. It has begun and ended, and I'm meeting them in the middle. Not the ideal way to do, but it is better than some issues because I'm going full bore on new things to stick into the format, and every page has to count a little more when you are only doing 16. Good point. That's one of the things I'm having trouble getting my head wrapped around is these aren't 24-page service and hell with a question mark. These are 16-page. And just do the best you can with that, and it'll take a while getting used to it. Cerebus is in the same place in every panel on every page, and he is the most Cerebus he's been in a while. I'll send you the entire thing when I finish it. 6 pages to go. I got page 7 of Cerebus 2020, so by the time you're reading this, the digital bundle will have been sent, and probably the sticker and keychains. I'm not sure if we have access to the addresses of backers paying over time, but with so many repeat customers, I think we can locate them. And yes, I already checked that with Rolly, and actually Rolly volunteered the information that most, if not all, of the backers paying overtime, we do have addresses for them. So before they finish paying for Can 12 and Vark DeLorean, they will be getting them in the mail, except for the one or two, I think, that we don't have addresses for. But Rolly is emailing them steadily to get a response on that. Hanging by fingernails, but maintaining a toehold, Birdsong. Okay, and that'll do it for David Birdsong's letter off White House Bulletin, August 2nd. And we are going to move on to possibly not greener, but different pastures.